Hey y'all, welcome to Sweet Tea and Butterflies. I decided to step outside for a little bit, get a little bit of sunshine and do this. I am doing the Craft Your Hoard collaboration today. And I just wanted, before we get into all of the crafts, wanted to give a shout out to my granddaughters, Addie and Avery. I love you, I miss crafting with you, and I would love to see you comment if you run across this video. So with all that being said, let's get on with the crafting. So today we are working on making crafts from our stash. Crafting Our Hoard is the collaboration. Sunflower Tasha is our host, along with Joanna's DIY Life. I will have their information and the link to the playlist in my description box. So here I am doing, I took one of those planks from Dollar Tree that you get 6 in a pack, and one of the rectangular ones. And I had previously cut, because I was looking for that size square that I've got in my hand right there. I cut several of these up for that. So this is actually one of those Dollar Tree planks, but it's cut in 2 different pieces. And I am decoupaging a cute, purple floral design. I got these designs off of Design Bundles, but I'm just decoupaging that on there. I'll set it aside and give it time to dry. I'm going to do the same with the other one with the strawberries. It's like a basket of strawberries in there. So that one was not quite, the print wasn't quite long enough. So I took some celery chalk paint and just hit the edges where it didn't meet up on the top and the bottom, and then I went around the edges too. And I went around the edges of the other one with with lilac paint, I think. And I've recently obtained some molds, and I went ahead and did the hot glue thing in them because I'm not sure where my clay is. I think it's in one of the bins that I have up on a shelf, and at the moment I am recovering from a fall last Thursday. So I've got some very a messed up knee and some very sore ribs. I don't know. I don't think they're broken, but they're either bruised or cracked. And so I'm not getting up on any step ladders trying to dig for clay. Hot glue worked. But I took and used the antique white from Apple Barrel to paint these. I did 2 coats on them. And then I also had done a mold of a butterfly, and I used that lilac, I think it's lilac mist, on the butterfly. And I found the easiest way to do this without having to chase it around or try to find a place to hold it is to put it on some painter's tape, so that the painter's tape could hold it in place. As you can see, I'm painting the butterfly now. Did 2 coats of all of that. And then I took antique wax to just kind of bring out some of the details. In that. I'm sorry for my phone's notification sound going off my work group chat. Sometimes they get going. and you get several in a row, and then most of the time it can be quiet. It's just one of those things. So anyway, I'm taking some of the antique wax and just kind of dabbing it, trying not to go too heavy on it. I just want to bring out some of the details in that mold. And one of the neat things that I found is that I didn't notice at first when I picked that particular design for the purple one, as you know, when I was looking at the mold and picked that design, it actually has in the center part of it there actually is a butterfly, and I didn't even notice that when I first picked it until I was painting it. I was like, oh, wait a minute, this makes a butterfly. It's the empty cavities in the center part that makes the butterfly shape. I thought that was kind of interesting. You would think I would notice that sooner, especially since I love butterflies, but I didn't. It's one of those things. I'm telling you, oh, y'all, I'm hurting more today than I was last Thursday when I fell. I don't know what the deal is, but it's kicking my butt. I'm getting too old for this mess. Hopefully it'll ease up. Anyway, I took and glued those on each of the plaques that I made, and I did the butterfly up there. I did the butterfly up there, one, so it would stand out a little better and not blend in the purple, and two, I did not get that top one on centered. It's more to the right hand side, so I used the butterfly to cover up my boo-boo as well. These days with this neuropathy, I'm lucky I can get anything in a straight. I'm learning to work around it, and hopefully it'll, reverse a little bit. Don't know. We'll find out. It does take time, though, for it to reverse, so I have to learn to work around it, find ways to do the things I want to do that it might affect. Some days are better than others, so I may just have to wait for certain things, wait to do certain things until it's a good day. But anywho, so I'm doing the same here, gluing those on. This time I'm trying to make sure I actually get it lined up and straight and centered and all that good stuff. So I just want to take a minute to thank all of you that, subscribe to my channel, and, you watch the videos that I put out, you like, you comment. Some of you may share them, I don't know. It's definitely appreciated, and it helps my channel grow. So, thank you so much. For those of you that may be coming over from the playlist, from somebody else's channel, or I know that some of you may watch my videos but haven't subscribed yet. I invite y'all to subscribe. It's free. It helps my channel grow, and it's just that, and that way you don't miss a video. I do apologize to those of you that have subscribed. That I've kind of been I haven't been as consistent in posting as I should be. But if you've been here for a little while, then that I've been going through cancer treatments and whatnot for cervical cancer. I am done with my treatments. I am waiting for my scan in May to find out if I'm cancer free. And, you know, it was showing shrinkage after the first chemo treatment, and after 3 radiation treatments, it was already starting to shrink. So, and when they did the surgery to insert the sleeve that was needed for the internal radiation, the doctor said that he didn't see any evidence of it there from his point of view inserting the sleeve. So I am definitely keeping a positive state of mind that when I do my scan in May, that I will be no evidence of disease. Now that I'm done with that spiel, we're working on DIY number 2. So one of those little lanterns from Dollar Tree. I used the celery color to paint the lantern. I had used some of my molds. I've got a bee mold and a strawberry mold. And I apologize if you watched my last video from What Would You Make? I had done this on that video as well, so I apologize if it's a duplicate for some of you. I used hot glue again on that. I mainly bought these molds for my candle making, but I was like, wait a minute, I don't have to just stick to candles. Yay, I can do all kinds of things with these. So I started playing with them with the hot glue. But I painted the strawberries in Apple Barrel. I think it's Apple Barrel's Real Red. And the bee, I think, was bright yellow. I'm not sure. And I already put all the paints away. I had to have my husband because they're in little plastic shoe boxes up on the shelf that I didn't want to get. I had to have my husband, he's got to do the up and down for right now. Anyway, now I'm taking the black and a very thin brush and doing best I can to steady my hand to do the stripes on the bee, the stripes and the head on the bee. And even this part even looks like it's like I'm going really slow and it's sped up. So that tells you how slow I was actually going with this, because it is a challenge to steady my hands at times. And normally I would have just put it aside and tried again the next day with it, earlier in the day when my hands were more likely to be steadier. But I needed to get the video done. So I just try to find different ways to work around it. I had a couple spots there where it shows a little messy, but not too bad. I can touch it up with the yellow later. Anyway, now I'm holding the bee by the wing. And I left the wings as is, because usually bees' wings are kind of translucent and the hot glue is kind of translucent, so I just left it the way it was. I did the same, used the same paintbrush and black paint to fill in the little dots that represent the seeds in the strawberries. I didn't make you watch me do all that. And then I took this vine ribbon. I think this either came from Hobby Lobby or Joann's. I think Dee Dee's the one that actually bought this, so I'm not sure. And we've had it in our stash for quite some time. That's been in our stash for years. The lantern's been in my stash for probably 2 years. But I just took and kind of wrapped this around a little bit just to give it a little bit of interest there. And then as I sit there and hold it while the glue sets, then I was trying to figure out the placement on the strawberries. The only thing I don't like about that strawberry mold is, well, it's just the berry itself. You don't have the leaves and all of that. So when I'm using it in this manner, I've kind of got to get creative, and that's fine. That's what I do, right? I get creative with things. So I stacked them up like that and glued them on, and then I took a couple of little petals from the bottom of this. It was a lilac. I think it's lilac pick from Dollar Tree. It's a white one. I just took a couple of the little flower things off of there and added it. Just a little bit of dab of hot glue here and there and stuck the little stem in the hot glue. This one gave me a little bit of a challenge because the flower petals were kind of wonky and the little stem that it's on is kind of curved, and I was trying to put it in there a certain way and it gave me a little bit of a challenge, but I got it. And then I took the little bee and stuck him on the flower there. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute, I gotta glue this flower down. Glue the petal that the bee's on down, or otherwise the weight of the bee is going to be shifting it around and risk breaking it off of there. But that's it. Now, I have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box below. It would be very much appreciated if you feel compelled to donate and buy me a coffee. If not, that's okay too. It's not required, but it would be very much appreciated. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. And here we go into the final reveal. I don't think I got a video of this with the light on. I don't know what I was doing, but there are pictures in the first graphic that have the light on in the little lantern. And I very much appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to check out everybody else in the playlist and our hosts. Their info will be in the description box. Have a good day.